All right, guys, tackling a radiator job on this baby. It's cold out here. He's not working because the antifreeze leaked out. So 014 Nissan Maxima, I did do a pressure test on it. It's leaking from down over here, the radiator from all the way down there. But it's time to bang this baby out. So first of all, I'm gonna drain whatever the antifreeze it has. I'm gonna remove this cowl here. I'm gonna pull off this bumper. Bumper has freaking a bolt there, bolt all around, a couple of bolts here. So you got a couple of bolts here. All you need to do is drop the bumper forward, remove these clips, 10mm clip. Oh no, that's not part of it. So clips. But let's drain the antifreeze first. So we do have a small droplets there. From down here you can see lot radiator leaking right here. It's dripping here. So it's probably usually that break open and nothing we could check there any further. So to drain this radiator, I don't even see a damn drainer. Oh, it's right there. Usually it's that little thing right there. So I'm gonna open that up and drain it all out, and then it's all gonna be from the bumper. All right, so we're gonna undo this little guy right here. So a lot of antifreeze is gonna shoot out at us, and make sure you have this drainer. I'm gonna just jump out of the way once this thing opens up. There you go. So it'll take its time draining. I'll just put this down here and get the hell out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna guide you a little bit, guys, and then I will make the moves off the camera and you guys can follow along. So these are just the clips here. You can use a flathead screwdriver on this and this baby's will just come right off. I've done a few of these radiator. They're not fun to do. Big labor here. I'm charging this customer almost $500 here. Just the labor. Okay, just the freaking labor. Nothing I can do there because it's just a massive job. You can get it done a little bit cheaper if you shop around, but you don't want a monkey doing it either. All right, so there's your radiator. It's kind of leaked right there. So this thing will come out just by swiping this, but this guy's got to come off. So I'm gonna take off this 10mm, this 10mm, and there's gonna be a couple of screws down here. If you pull this out of the way, you will see it down here. There you go, 10mm. On the opposite side, same thing. Okay, this is all broken here. So it's right here, 10mm right here. If you just push this out of the way, let me see if I can get it out of the way. There you go, that's the 10mm. And after that, you just, once you take off that 10mm, just pull this forward and it should come out, and you can just lean your bumper to the ground a little bit, and then we'll follow up. Also, we gotta remove this pipe clamp here, this clamp over here. Get this pipe out of the way, get that pipe out of the way. And if you can't get to the bottom clamp, that's even better. Then we can just open this and open that, move this, move that, take off this, take off this, take off this. I might get, I'm gonna get this off, clip off, this clip off, as much as you can, make it clear as possible. And then this guy right here, whatever this shit is right here, so 10mm there, 10mm there, 10mm there, all these bolts, and there's probably another one around here somewhere, and because this definitely got to get out of the way, this piece right here, just like a brace going across. All right, once I have all this open, we'll follow up. So here we are. So I took off that little cover right there, which was right here. It had 10mm, 10mm, 10mm. I took off the metal bracket, which is over here. It had a 10mm here, 10mm here, 10mm there, two 10mm here. Same thing on the opposite side, which was one here, two here, one here, one here, one here. And then to get this condenser, I did disconnect the sensor on this. So there's a tab here which you have to kind of push in and then lift up this condenser. Same thing in the bottom. You don't have to, you can just yank it and it comes forward. And now we got more than enough clearance, but we need to do two more things. Remove this bolt, this bolt, this bolt. This is out of the way. It's just gonna go up for us. Let's see how that works out. I'm probably not gonna go up, but we'll see. I don't know how deep this is going, and yeah, I think it's just gonna come out. It's two different pieces, but other than that, I'm gonna take out this pipe. I'm gonna try to unpipe it from the bottom over here, down here, and the lower radiator hose, I'm gonna do it from, disconnect it from the bottom, and it should be out and good to go. Let's see how this baby feels. Oops, let's not damage anything here. And the Maxima is all torn apart. All this shit for a radiator, but that's how this baby is. Okay, now we're gonna close this up. There is an O-ring down there. There's a seal in there. Sometime I'll say behind. There's a small little plastic piece in there. You know what? I'm gonna take it out so I can show you guys this little guy right here. Very important. That's there. If it falls out, it could have fallen in there. So make sure either it comes down with your drain plug here, or it's there. Okay. It can be tricky, but we're gonna catch a couple of threads. This is just gonna be, if you're doing a coolant flush, that'd be the way, but I am changing the radiator on this. That'd be a separate video, but coolant flush, just drain it and fill it. And there we have it. Okay, not much to see down here. We got the radiator lower pipe all coming all the way over here. We should be able to remove that from down here. It's gonna be kind of crappy. And then we got another one, another little tubing up there. It's gonna be disastrous, but we'll get it out. So I took out the front bumper guard. I removed the bolt on this and two bolts here, and then that bumper guard had 4 bolts on each side, and then this thing came forward. There's one more bolt back here. Took out the battery, everything. I took out that little piece right here. I got one piping to go, but the hardest part, I got the condenser just kind of hanging, wiggling there. I was able to make this much space here, and I fished everything from back over here, from right over here. You got a radiator pipe here. Let's take a look from down here. We got a radiator pipe and a transmission line there, and I still got one transmission line, which I'm gonna be able to see from right over here. And I got one pipe there, and then the radiator should come out. But this is a hell of a job, guys. Also took out the ambient temperature sensor. One hell of a job, but I'm almost there. And that would make your car overheat as well, because it's not gonna give you any cooling. So take a look at that stuff too down the road. I had Affinity that would just not work out. It was all kind of clogged up, and as soon as I hosed it down, it was beautiful. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video here, and then I'll record a little bit more once we're done. Okay guys, there's the new radiator. This thing is a massive job. So I'm gonna get the pipes in, everything's gonna be in. I'm gonna close everything out. I just want to show you guys something off the old radiator. That pipe standing right there, couldn't get it out, so I had to kind of push it in and pull it out. And now I'll remove the clamp. I'll put a regular clamp on it instead, because that thing is just a disaster. But anyways, this baby's done. And once I have everything back together, remember I took off extra stuff that you guys don't even know. I took off the front bumper guard, the metal reinforcer there. So it's all in front of you guys. Didn't even want to take out the battery, but all that had to go. But anyways, it's in. We'll pressure test it together. We'll add the antifreeze together, and we'll let the car run together. So guys, I got everything back together. Make sure you get all the clamps and pipes in. The radiator is nice in there, smooth. Clamp, I'll put a screw on clamp down there. Clamp, 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 bolt, bolt, bolt. Everything's back in together normally, and it's not much left here to do. But I bet the battery and put the bumper in, and then we're gonna put antifreeze in it. I used to use airlift, but you can do it without it, and I would still recommend use airlift tool to suck all the fluid out and all the air and fill it up, so you have a good working it. But these are pretty friendly, and they do kind of fill up properly. Anyways, that's it guys, and wait till we put the antifreeze in. So I ran a pressure test. It's hard to see, but it's holding pressure. I made a diagnostic video putting pressure, and after replacing the radiator, So that's that. I'm gonna release pressure. There you go. And all you gotta do is top off the antifreeze. And like I said in the video of the radiator, I use airlift tool to vacuum the system but we're gonna just add antifreeze and finish this job out. So we're gonna add the antifreeze. I open this baby up, and if you're just doing a flush, just drain and fill will work out for you. But if you change the radiator, it's gonna be a heck of a job. Okay, working with one hand here, guys. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get me a small funnel. Let me see if this doesn't fall. I got me all these crazy funnels here, but this funnel will do right here. I'll put this here, it perfectly sits there. That way I don't have to control my spill. Just go slow, give it time. If you guys got a Maxima coolant flush every 60,000 miles, if you got a radiator leak, it's a good time to replace it and put fresh coolant. I've seen people put old coolant. You don't want to do that, okay? So old coolant, it can freeze up in the winter, you know. Gallon of this antifreeze is about $18. That's my cost as a mechanic shop. But if you get it yourself, it might cost you a little bit more, which not might be a lot either. Once you're done with this, put the heat on, let the car run, go for a spin, go for a drive, give it a good RPM, come back, let it cool off. Car should not overheat. So I'm gonna get me another gallon. So this is the second gallon here. So it should take a little bit more than a gallon and a half or 2 gallons, since he had a radiator leak. It could be completely empty. Okay, that looks about done deal there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure this reservoir has antifreeze. Doesn't have a lot, but we're gonna halfway, okay? Perfect aiming. If you want to put a little bit more than halfway, because it will suck it from here into the radiator. There you go. So if you can't see, just take a light, put it on the opposite side. You should be able to see. And there we have it. We're gonna close off the radiator cap and we're done. Voila. And this cap goes here. I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna put the heat on and let this car run, and you can rev the RPM to 1500 RPM for about 5 minutes. Once it heats up, okay, let it get temperature get halfway at least first. So I'll show you how to do that. Oh, I decided to just finish out the video by revving the RPM. So I just want to show you guys. I'm not gonna keep it for too long. Let's remove this right here. So what you want to do is, well, first of all, we got a little bit of heat coming in, and his blower sucks. Let's put the mode to face. Okay, there you go. We got a little bit of heat, so it is about right. Temperature's almost halfway. These Nissan, you do need to kind of bleed the system, and airlift tool does it for me. I've done that before, but however, you could just run the car and you should be good. So what I would do is just try to keep the RPM like something like that for a good 2 to 3 minutes. You can even go to 2000 RPM and or 1800 RPM, or just let it run for a little bit. Go for a spin is doing the same thing, okay? Just don't be on the highway. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna circulate the pump faster. It's gonna push the antifreeze everywhere, and after that it's gonna settle down and you let it cool off. But you gotta let it cool off because it's gonna suck. It's like a vacuum now. As it cools off, it's gonna retract all the antifreeze back in from the reservoir. So I usually let that happen. So that's it. That's what you're gonna do, and you should be good to go.